everyone. Sorry I'm so late, I know, but it was Labor Day sales day, so of course they have to rearrange my schedule around backwards, and I had to accommodate. I just got off the clock about a little bit over an hour ago. I had to throw some food in my face, and yeah, that's always fun. Always fun. So hello, Sean B. Hello, Cement Shoes. Again, sorry, couldn't be helped. They always do this on big sales days. And what always amuses me, here's what I find amusing about these sales days. So every day leading up to the big holiday, right? Back to 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 back calls. Right? Then on the actual day of the holiday, shocker, not really, but shocker, hardly anybody calls. So you're just basically sitting there all your day twiddling your thumbs. Like, I would almost bust out my crochet during those days if, I didn't think I would end up like tormenting my cat with the yarn a little too much. Oh, we got Chairman in.
Hey,
Chairman.
how you doing?
I'm not brain dead today. Today was slow as shit, but they rearranged my schedule anyways. Yeah, I got some time and a half. All right, now, folks, reason why we didn't have the usual open chat little fun minions thing is I had some breaking news over the week in regards to the Agape boarding school situation. It's starting to go down. It's starting to go down in a way that I wish would have been done at the JRC decades ago. Because Agape, they don't have quite the same amount of things to go on as the JRC does. But, yeah. Anyways, let's get to the good news. And this pulled up, this is more kind of Kansas City area where I spotted this. I'm going to do a screen share here. And I'll just read it out to you because, yeah, trying to scroll larger when, yeah. So it sounds like torture rooms. Attorney AG calls AG Eric Schmidt, that's our attorney general out here in Missouri, to close Agape boarding school. And there's some more news in that other than that little header there. So one day after the FBI announced the arrest of former Agape boarding school dean, a civil rights attorney among the community members is calling on state leaders to intervene. Think about that, folks. The FBI arrested a former dean of this school. More than 20 lawsuits have been filed against Agape. As of the beginning of last week, there are now 21 lawsuits, if not more. Students of the right? Good. Students of the school claim they have been abused, some for years. Wednesday, the FBI announced the former dean, along with a mother, who was also arrested, handcuffed the woman's son and drove him from California to the boarding school. Elad Gross, a Missouri civil rights attorney, is adamant that the school needs to be shut down. We're talking physical abuse. We're talking rooms where essentially it sounds like torture rooms that were designed for God knows what, Gross said. Court records indicate a former doctor of the school is facing time in prison after being charged with several counts of abuse, including sodomy. Oh, my God.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
In 2025, staff members were charged with abusing children. Still in Missouri, the school is allowed to operate. Agape Boarding School is still able to advertise. They're still bringing students in, Gross said. I don't understand how an institution like that is allowed to continue, especially given the egregious things that they were doing to children preying on desperate families. In 2021, the Missouri legislature passed a law that gives people in a higher office, like county prosecutors and attorney general, authority to shut down residential care facilities. Gross says that it includes religious boarding schools like Agape. Thus, he wants Missouri Attorney General Eric Schmidt to shut it down. That is the office that is empowered to close this school today, Gross said. Could file something today. The KSHBI team reached out to Schmidt's office about calls to shut down Agape, but the response was not received by the time the story was published. Additionally, the I-team did not receive a comment from Agape boarding schools in regard to this story. However, an automated message from the school board intended for inquiring parents reads, if your son is out of control or perhaps he's struggling with emotional outbursts, peer influence, or substance abuse, Agape is here to help him. Give your boy a strong future absent of all the behavioral problems and negative influence he's experiencing today. Yeah, no. First of all, I don't have a kid. But if I had a kid, a place like JRC or this would be the last fucking place I'd put him.
Yep.
Considering what I went through in school, I'd probably I would basically homeschool.
Yeah.
Because I don't even trust my current public schools out here. So that was news. We had one person arrested by the FBI. They're probably out of the Springfield office. They got an office out here. Actually, not far from where I used to work with at the state. Sean B., it's here in my state. They're in Missouri. And Stockton is about only less than an hour or so away from where I am. And yes, I've been getting some low-key harassment, and between them messing for my videos and having Baptists come to my door. That's been fun.
Well, buy an Elvira outfit and answer the door in that and see what they do. If you dress up like Elvira, be funny as hell.
Well, there's a reason. I have a St. Augustine medal. I wear it on me all the time. One thing, because I like the dude's writings. From a psychological perspective, Confessions is very interesting. On the other hand, it also keeps the Mormons and usually the Baptists far away from me. And these two still had the balls to come out. Hello, we're from Agape Baptist. Do you have some time to speak about your soul? No. Bye. Yeah. Like, first of all...
So they know where you live. That's not good.
Like, first off, what are you all doing in Springfield? I don't even live in your region. If there were Baptists that were actually interested in help saving my soul, why wouldn't they be coming from one of the local Baptist churches? Because there's damn near one on every corner out here. Like, the amount of churches in this city is disturbing. But I'm not complaining about people of faith. I'm not. But these people, their victim mentalities, I can already see it now, especially with the FBI raid. I know exactly how they're going to play it.
Well,
they're coming to oppress our religion. I'm just predicting it now.
In New York, if there's a church on a street corner, there's a pagan symbol on the other side of the street.
JRC is located out of Canton, Massachusetts. It's one of the small suburbs outside of Boston, which makes me angry because I'm a direct descendant from those folks who actually formed the city of Boston. So to know that that place exists and that people around that area think people like me belong in it is a sucker punch to the gut. Sucker punch to the gut. That's from my dad's side of the family.
Wow.
But yeah, I've been fighting them for years, and to find that this place out in Stockton exists, yeah, I was not happy. So it's good to see the FBI raiding. But this attorney general seems to have no spine.
Mm-hmm.
And I know what's doing it. They don't want them to make it another state versus Christianity again, because they do it every time. Every time one of these bigger Christian churches get themselves in trouble, that's the card they play. Every time. And what's even worse is a lot of times it works. They whip these people up into a frenzy saying, they're coming for us, they're coming for our Bibles and coming for our religion. I've heard it for years, like God, since I was itty bitty.
Yeah.
And they just whip them up, and then it becomes about something entirely different than what is actually going on.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like AH whipped up all these women.
Yeah.
They're coming against us females. It's the same shit. They're just better at it than she is. But so that's what's going on with them. With JRC, we're still waiting. We're still waiting to hear what's going on with that Congress session.
Yeah.
Okay, is that my background noise or yours?
I don't hear it when I talk. I'm not hearing it when I talk. That's weird.
And it's kind of weird.
Yeah. I just got this phone fixed, so I hope it's not mine. Cost me
Who knows?
$200. It cost me $200 to get this phone fixed. I had a cracked screen, and I had a battery that was about to explode.
And hi, Echo Spice. It's good to see you. Good to see you.
Yeah.
The Echo Spice and Callum and Chairman here are my three people that always come and comment on my videos, folks.
Yeah. Sorry I haven't commented on them lately.
You know, I do a lot more vids than just on JD. In fact, the majority of my vids have absolutely nothing to do with them.
Yeah.
That's what I find amazing. Like, you just spend your whole life trying to get his attention. I'm like, nah. I spend most of my time trying to get JRC's attention and piss them off.
Well,
that's a good majority of how my free time gets spent, is going after Agape and going after JRC, going after Autism Speaks, and the public schools out here. Yeah.
I wonder why the FBI went after somebody who doesn't work for that place anymore, but they didn't go after the current director.
The current people, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, that's kind of strange.
And considering they shut down their sister school, Circle of Hope, and God, those poor girls. But they went after them, shut them down.
Yeah.
but the boys' school is still open. Isn't that just the most telling thing and disgusting thing in the world?
Mm-hmm. Well, I hope that guy that they did gets what's coming to him.
I hope they get him to sing like a canary. That's what I'm hoping for.
Then hang everybody else. Yeah.
I want these bottom feeders to do what they do best, sell each other out.
Yeah. And I'm sure that's what he's doing right now. I'm sure.
I got my fingers crossed.
Yeah.
Hello, TJ. Good to see you. Good to see you.
Yeah.
I want that dude that the FBI got to sing like a canary. I want to see that whole place come tumbling down as the rats scurry for cover.
Yeah. Why don't the parents just pull these kids out if that's what's happening? That's what I mean. I don't know.
Here's the thing. First of all, like the JRC does, Agape highly censors what goes out to the parents.
Oh, shit.
Like, if you watch Robert Buckland doing his interviews when he's talking on the news about it, they would take his letters and mark things out and edit them, even make him rewrite them.
Jeez.
Anything that was bad about the school, they would remove. They've got absolute control, just like JRC does, over phone conversations, letters, any access to internet, all of it. So they control what goes out to the parents. They control the news flow to and from.
Well, now the parents should know what's going on if they made an arrest, at least one arrest.
And I mean, we've seen it with JRC. They've all seen the videos. They know the evidence as well as we do. But you have these people that are just, I call them true believers. These are the worst people on the planet to have to try and deal with. You want to talk about trying to talk sense to stupid? I might as well be speaking to the wall over here because these true believers bought into the lie that places like Agape and JRC sale so hard that you can hit them with video evidence like we did with the JRC, and they will still defend them and still say that this place saved my child's life. They buy the lie so much. Yeah. So you've got your true believers. Then you got your outsider Christians out here, which is by a large majority. A large majority of people out here. Not, have your faith. I have my faith.
Yeah.
But there's a large majority of people out here who marry that to the permanent victim mentality. Doesn't matter, and they don't base it in any kind of sort of reality.
Yeah.
It's always them, and they act like they're a minority. They act like they're the Christians getting ready to be thrown into the Colosseum to the lions.
Yeah.
And it's literally over everything. Oh my gosh. We have to say happy holidays. They're coming for Christmas. Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah, tell me about it. I live out here. I hear it every year in stereo. Ugh. It's one of those things where I'm just like, okay, nod, wear your the mask that you put on for normal people. and smile, nod, and slowly back away. Walk back slowly, or they may try to grab you and tell you another thing.
Jeez. I hope all
But,
these people are going to go to hell. That's where they deserve to go.
or they'll create one of their own making.
Yeah.
You can create your own hell here. Because eventually all the bad stuff that you do will catch up with you.
Yes. I know that. Big time.
But there's two industries. And I really feel like these two different industries are direct descendants of the old institutions. It's this troubled teen industry and this disabled school industry like JRC. And they're direct descendants from the institutions because they do all the same shit.
Yeah.
The only difference now is they will put it on an idyllic looking ranch. Or in JRC's case, it looks like somebody tried to make an amusement park that looks like the acid trip to hell. But they're still the same.
Yeah.
Yes, Echo Spies. So sensitive. Oh, someone spoke up against me. Help, I'm being persecuted. All I wanted was to get my way, cut out the line, or speak without consequences, and so on. Yes, and nobody does it better than these schools. The JRC does it too. The JRC does it too. Echo Spice knows. She breathes on there all the time. If they would just let us explain. My God, if I hear one more time, just reading through those articles on the JRC I've been going over lately, if they would just let us explain, I don't know, but it kind of makes me want to put my fist through a wall. I've hit like ultimate level of annoyance. But yeah, guys, so that's what we're dealing with out here. We got permanent victims, and then they will use Christianity as a shield, turn it into the government is coming after Christianity in our state, and therefore completely change around what this whole thing was supposed to be about in the first place, which is getting those kids the fuck out of that hellhole. When you got a doctor that is up on charges for sodomy of those boys, when you got someone arrested from that school by the FBI, and you're leaving that school open, what in the hell?
Yeah.
Oh, and by the way, to any of those, I know there might be one or two of little AH stands. It doesn't happen to guys. Read up on Agape and come back at it again.
Yeah.
Schools like that have been abusing boys for decades.
Yeah. Probably longer than that. We just don't know.
Like I said, these are direct descendants of the institutions, and we all know what went on in those. Oh my God, right? If everyone could just see it my way. And it doesn't matter if it's Christianity or you're toting some kind of weird pseudoscience crack like the JRC. It's always the same crap.
Yeah.
Ugh. And it gets so tiring. But I'll never stop fighting these bastards. Yeah. Hell, the only reason why I've probably never been visited by anybody trying to affect me one way or the other for JRCs because I don't live anywhere near them.
Yeah.
I'd put money on that. They have directly attacked us on social media, but that's to be expected.
Yeah.
But you know these schools, you see these boys, you see the horrible things and the charges going up, but it's never men.
Yeah.
Ugh. This is why I can't deal with people. This is why I can't deal with people. All right, so it's all right, TJ. I appreciate you coming by. We'll see you next time, all right? Thank you.
Yeah, I got to get off here in a little bit. I got to get some stuff done here.
Yeah, I wasn't intending on being on very long tonight. I just really wanted to go over that update. We'll go over a couple of other updates here real quick. We'll get everybody back to their whatever they're doing for Labor Day.
Yeah.
So we got Depp winning that award for Poet Laureate. That was awesome to see.
Mm-hmm.
And once again, her stands losing their damn minds. Their infighting, though, is starting to get humorous. They're starting to rip each other apart.
Mm-hmm.
I just find it interesting. As a person who likes to observe people, it's interesting for me to study that. Because to have to buy hook, line, and sinker what somebody's selling you without any solid evidence to back it up, I don't know. I'm trying to get in their heads and understand how you could be that way. I've never been so blind for a cause that I wouldn't be able to change my opinion if other evidence came out.
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand a mentality where you must push forward the narrative at all costs, sacrifice everything at the altar of this idea.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I'm just too logical and analytical for my own good.
Yeah.
I've been called unemotional before. Or my favorite, frigid, cold-hearted bitch. And it's not that. I'm not cold-hearted. I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing right now if I'm risking what I'm risking in this area. Mm-hmm. If I was cold-hearted and didn't care about people.
Yeah.
I just don't like if Agape somehow managed to come out with some evidence about a few loose cannons, but this is what we actually do, and had like literal, concrete, good evidence, I'd give it a listen. They don't. Yeah. Which is probably why they have never said anything. But yeah, these girls, I just... And the fact that this, more than anything, this whole case has taught me that people are willing to buy anything. No matter how illogical, batshit, or nonsensical it happens to be, they are willing to buy anything, and they're willing to commit themselves so thoroughly to it that any evidence to the contrary, they'll just they'll just dismiss like it's nothing.
Mm-hmm.
It's weird. I don't know. All right, folks. It's late, and I probably need to get to sleep. I'm exhausted.
Yeah.
And I know you got to go too, Chairman. I'm sorry it's so short tonight. I really am. But yeah, I need talks from the day. I do appreciate everybody coming on. I will try maybe to do something either tomorrow or Wednesday a little bit longer, do an open chat where other people can come on. As always, I do hope you all have a good one. I'll be seeing you all next time, all right?
Yep, no problem.
Thank you, Chairman. Goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye.